The kitchen is pretty good, except that I still could use being more efficient with my space. We put my microwave up here, and this was fantastic.
Yeah, because before it used to be on the table.
Yeah, and it was just, yeah, my living room is my living room, dining room now. It's not the part of the kitchen. But I could be using the spaces here more. I don't need some of these things that are up here. And still some things we put up on the walls that are in the bedroom and that too. But yeah, I'm you know, I have done some things where, you know, you do, you know, I've seen some decluttering shows.
Yeah.
And
so,
I've used some things for this, but still, I'm not feeling satisfied that I have everything in a spot that I think could, because I need to get rid of things too, right?
Store it a little bit differently, maybe one of the half shelves here, because I think like this is your baking.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
that's
was
how you
kinda
got it
getting,
organized.
yeah,
Like
that
zone,
sort of
this is
thing.
your bake
Yeah,
zone. And then what kind of zone is this? This is your starches and like sauces and spices?
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
I see. I don't think of it in those terms either. It's just it doesn't even come to me until you say it. Yeah, that's the spaghetti stuff. That's like pasta stuff. Yeah, those are my spices. I actually wheeled them down before I moved,
Yeah.
and some of this has been kind of like a storage
Because
area.
well,
for me
because
things
this is
too,
the tall
right?
space, right? That
Yeah.
this is where it seems to fit. But do you always kind of have like a juice on hand? You know, just as
I just not always.
Not always?
I'm always just getting things at the last minute. But I just was out with someone the other day and decided might as well get a
put
couple.
some juice. And then down here is more your dishwares and things like
Yeah.
that. Okay, so what I want to let you know is that this space, especially for women, this is the prime real estate because this is where we're strongest. As soon as we start going here, we become weaker, and when we're down here, we start to like hurt our back if we're not
My
bending
knees.
properly. Exactly. So what I'd like to see here is this to really turn into, this is what I use all the time.
Okay.
Because this is where I can reach and play the easiest.
I also have a Lazy Susan and that thing that's some of this stuff too. So
Awesome.
I think when we're doing that, we have to incorporate that, I think, because that's what's...
So how we're gonna do it, we're gonna pull everything out of here.
Okay.
We're gonna sort it onto the table. We'll use our table and the kitchen table, and we're gonna create the zones more defined, and we're gonna be like, just like a kindergarten classroom. The reason why those kids are able to put everything away when the teacher rings the bell and says, okay, moving on or recess, they're able to put everything away and they know because they create zones in the classroom. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna try and make it easy. When it comes to baking time, I'm going to the upper right. Or if it comes to I'm making a lasagna or pizza, here's all my stuff here, okay?
Okay.
So when we are finished this, we're gonna really utilize these things that you already have because they're perfect. It's what you need
Yeah.
for these really tall shelves. And we'll see how we can best kind of organize
Yeah.
what you use the most
Yeah.
in the most prime real estate. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. These are just the pots, okay? I know that there's a lot of empty space here, but it makes it easy for you to find the size. It makes it easy for you to pull them out. What we don't have here is all the Tupperwares, and I'm wondering if when you're cooking and you're using your Tupperware, it's kind of because you've gone grocery shopping or you've made too much of something. So would it be easy, just like you'd grabbed your dishes, would it be easier to have your Tupperwares here? This is how my grandma actually has it in over Maury. All of them could be lined here, so you could grab the size you need, spin, find what you have, but they're spread out and you've got space for
You
them.
know what my thinking has always been with those is that's for all your tin cans and things like this from before, and I'm with an open mind. That's what I like about having you guys here too, is it's giving me different ideas for using things, using the space more efficiently, and that's what this will be for me.
Right? This is my thought. Because the more space that you have, like ideally, we don't want to have too many things stacked on top of each other because we don't want you to have that issue of, oh, it's a pain in the butt to get it out, so I'm not going to do it.
Keep dropping things, and I'm always worried about the person down below doing, you know, when there's so much stuff in there, you go to take something else and something else falls down. And
Right,
I've
so if
always
we have...
been that way, and I'd like this more simplified.
Okay.
This is where I'm going.
Okay. So can I do that then? Can I put
Yeah.
And we'll see what that,
Yep.
I'll try and put the smaller ones here on
Yep.
this one, and the bigger fat ones that are easier to grab up higher.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I
I
think...
like that.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
All
that's
this
a
stuff,
lot of
but-
space there. Like you could always do an extra shelf in there and
Yes.
get double space, and then you're able potentially, like if you want to hide these away, you've got more space from some of these coming out. Like this is a very high valuable real estate only because, and right now it's just for cleaning products.
So under the sink, it's always very normal to find a lot of wasted spaces, like vertical space here and here. And as you can see in the corner, there is only a little shelf, but all this space is wasted. So what we are going to do here, I measured that the last day, and I cut a few shelves. So this is one shelf. I had to do this funny cut here, but this shelf is going to go in here. And then I have another shelf here, and then this shelf is going to go, it's gonna go from here under the piping to here, so that will allow this to have two levels, and it's going to increase the space double the space. And then we hang this on the door, and now everything closes well. So let's get started with the installation. Okay, so we have installed the extra shelving here, as you can see. What I've done is, because this is very difficult to access underneath, and there is some piping here that sometimes you may need to access, I have put the brackets underneath, but I didn't screw them into the shelf. So the only thing that I screwed into the shelf is I put this extra one here. So if you remove this screw, this whole thing will slide out, and then you can have access to the piping very easily. If not, you have to, if I were to screw the bottom, I will need to like access here. But as you can see, I didn't screw those ones, and that way the shelf is supported, but you can slide it out really easily. And the other one is really, it adds a lot of space. We don't have anything in the back right now, but I think it's easier to have just one lay, and if you have something that you don't use, you can put it in the back. But it's very, we just added a lot of storage space here.
By putting your canned goods all together, I think that it'll be better for you, easier for you, if all your food is always in one place.
Yeah.
Okay? So
Yeah, I
pantry,
agree.
we're going grocery shopping, we look to this cupboard, or we look to the fridge freezer. And that's where the food is. It's not anywhere else. These can be moved easily. Okay, so depending on what you get or what kind of recipes you start cooking, right here, before you even get started, here's your inspiration. Before you even want to pick out something, maybe you're like, I'm going to pick out Looney Spoons, I'm going to pick out something simple, and then I'm going to get started. Your daily, I've got to get my medicines, they're all still here on the accessible part. All of your oils, so that while you're cooking, you can spin it around, grab what you need, put it in, and put it back. And then your additional spices are all here. Here's some snacks. That might not be the permanent, like canned tuna obviously isn't a snack, but, or it could be. I mean, I used to just put
some
mayonnaise
pizza
on
do.
it and just eat it out of the can.
Yeah.
But here's your canned goods. These
Yeah.
are all beans. They're all different kinds of beans.
Yeah.
I've left them like that, so, you know, if you were to start buying just cans of red kidneys, maybe you make a row of that. These are all soups.
Oh,
a lot
I
of
see
them
what
are
you're
the
saying.
chicken
Yeah.
noodle,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to group them together. This is the only one who's kind of like a random, doesn't really fit maybe. It's
Yeah.
more snack-like.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I'm trying to keep, okay, here's my soups, here's my beans. All your baking goods are here, the little tiny ones, your candles.
Yeah,
Some
that's,
icing.
I like that for the baking.
You can grab flour. You'll probably benefit from a step stool.
Oh, that's what this
You've got
stool is
one?
there.
Yes, okay, yeah. So using that to access
That's
your
why
flowers.
it's sitting near here too. Yep.
Because this is less daily usage,
Right.
it's okay, maybe step stool.
Right.
But these things, I'm eating these every day. This is your breakfast kind of section. So you've got your teas, coffee, your oatmeal, and then your juices, which are kind of, this is where they fit best. And then these are your rices and pastas. All your different starches
Yeah.
and things, they're
Yeah.
on this side.
Yeah.
Okay?
Good.
Just put it along the walls and along the back, but never in the front part, because this is your visual
Yeah.
space, right? To
Yep.
be able to see your things.
Right. That's why I love this stuff
yeah.
too, because like I've been saying, if it's out of sight, it's out of
You
mind
can't
for
see
me,
it.
and I need to see things that.
You need to eat some of the stuff from your pantry. I like the idea
Yeah.
you can go shopping here,
Yeah.
right? Like this is your grocery store. Would probably agitate
Yeah.
you. But this is the system that you will tweak. So this is
Yes.
your kitchen. If something
Yes.
frustrates you, you change it. If you don't like the way something looks here, change it to the way you think. But what I recommend is you really keep the zones going.
Yep.
So then you're, okay, I've got one place to look here. I know where I can get that.
I like this so much better that we have everything in there for my pantry and stuff.
Ooh, I like your grocery store.
So, how did you feel after this session?
I feel I'm having a hard time finding the words for it, but it just feels like that I'm still only inching my way through this stuff, but it's like, oh my God, what all did I just let go of? But it's great because that's what I'm looking for, is to have things simplified and be able to just look at something and say, I know what's in there, just like we did with the living room. I know every single thing that's in where everything is now. And I'm glad I've got all the pantry stuff. I had stuff. See, you made more efficient places for things to be that I will access a lot more easily and know where things are. And when I go shopping, I'll be able to know what's up there now. And, you know, it'll be easier for doing my grocery list. And I know where everything is. And
Does it feel like you're making room for the new you?
Yeah. Like I'm waiting for to the next spot going, oh, now that's been cleared out. It's like it's like going through a tunnel. Okay, I've cleared out this here. Now I know where I'm going from here, you know, and I'm clearing out this stuff. And now it's like, I got more room over, and it's like, I don't know. I have a hard time with this.
So three
good.
more spaces to go, and then we're done.
What did you think about the process?
I love the way we go through it. It's easier. You guys make it so much more easier for me when I'm with someone now, because I'm ready for the change too. And I like this thing where I'm hesitating, and it's like, why am I hesitating? It's actually I'm questioning myself. I'm picking up on some of the things that you're doing in the way of getting rid of things or consolidating and then go through it. But I like how you just keep at it with me, because I can tend to go on and on about something. And it's amazing how you can say yes or no to things. I know there's going to be a few things coming down the road that are going to be like testing me in the way of letting go of stuff. But my resolve is to do that.
Thanks, Judy.
Thank you, guys.